I've got a question regarding meditation.
Mhm.
So, just with almost any word related to spirituality, like God is like the biggest one. Like so much dogma is attached with that word. So I like when I'm talking about God, I don't even use that word. I
True.
say to myself, Father, a Father, Mother, Source, Creator, or something like that, because
Right.
it's less dogma. But so like the word God just has so much dogma that I can't even use it anymore. But meditation also kind of has the same thing. Like I don't even really know what meditation is because it could be so many different things. But and like I tell myself I'm only meditating if I'm like sitting in yogic, in the yogic asana position, Padma or lotus position, and I've cleared all my mind, and that's the only like meditation. That's what my mind wants to think is meditation. But um, in the morning, like when I first wake up, I just want to lay there and think about that I really don't have to do any. Like I like to think about freedom. The first thing I wake up, I'm just like I want to think about freedom, what it's like to be free, that I don't have to do anything. I literally could not do anything if I didn't want to. I don't have to. And it's just like I'm free. I can do whatever. And like if I want to meditate right now, I don't have to be in lotus position, I'll just meditate on freedom and call that meditation. So what do you think? How would you describe meditation and the various types and everything like that, and how to escape from the dogmatic thinking of it?
Yeah, I would say meditation, in my opinion, is basically mastering your mind. You become the king of your castle. You take control of your mind. Your mind doesn't guide you, you take control of it, which takes some inner mastery. That monkey mind is very powerful and overwhelming, and having a restless mind is very overpowering and overwhelming also. So yeah, I would just say, like I always like to say, a God defined is a God can find. So I would align yourself with the God of your choosing. I like when you said on one of our other sad songs, you said a God of your choosing, and that really resonated with me. Like, don't let anybody else's God become your God, right? They have all these cool stories. This guy did this, and this guy went that, and this guy said this. If it doesn't resonate with you, it's just a bunch of ghost stories. So just because you happen to live in America doesn't mean you have to regurgitate somebody else's God. My mother got mad at me. My mother's deeply dogmatic and religious also, and I said the only reason we have this God because somebody got on a boat from England and they brought their God to become our God. So when you kind of see it that way, you're like, yeah, these are good stories, but they're not going to do the inner work for me. Like, how is this going to do the inner work for me? That's like saying, I see Iron Man flying through the sky and I'm going to fly through the sky. That's good for Iron Man, but we do our own inner work. We have our own individualized and our own personal sada that uplifts us. So anybody trying to tell you about meditation or how you should connect to God, in my opinion, I wouldn't be around that person. I would just find the God of your own choosing and don't let other people's story of God become your story of God. Then you're just kind of regurgitating the narrative. Are you feeling spiritually lost? Like you've tried everything, YouTube videos, online courses, even meditation apps, but still something is missing? Wondering, is this all there is? The world is loud and chaotic, and your soul is overwhelmed, craving inner peace, but you can't find your way back to yourself. This is exactly why I created the Kriya Yoga Masterclass and my proven soul coaching system to help people just like you. Isn't a video you watch and forget. It's a daily spiritual lifeline that brings you back to your soul. So if you're done feeling lost and you're ready to start transforming, then come join us. This is more than a course. This is your lifeline. Go to kriyayogamasterclass.com. I would just find the God that really resonates with you in 2025 and uplifts you. And I wouldn't be married to any God also, right? I would be flexible and adjust and be able to pivot and change course. Sometimes I really resonate with a certain deity, but next year I feel a click and that deity doesn't resonate with me. So I'm not going down with the ship. I'm trying to stay light on my feet. And no matter what happens, I always do what works best for me and uplifts me in the present moment. So yeah, I would definitely detach from any dogma, and definitely other people's dogma. Let me tell you a story about God. No thanks. No middleman between me, my connection between me and God, right? I have a direct phone line to God, and I don't want nobody putting static or interference or trying to get inside my mind and tell me what God should be. What God should be is whatever I choose God to be. So I really like when you said, Paul, a God of your choosing, and I put up a video the other day. It said no borrowed beliefs, right? I don't want to borrow my beliefs from you, right? I don't want your beliefs to become my beliefs. I'll align myself and whatever I feel in the present moment, that's what I'll do. So I'm not going to borrow beliefs. I'm not going to regurgitate other people's story of God. Whatever I feel God is, that's perfectly fine. So I make a God of my own choosing. So no dogma. These are all good stories around the campfire, but it's not going to do your inner work for you, right? So do your inner work and align yourself with the God of your choosing, and don't borrow beliefs or regurgitate other people's story. My guru always used to say, we detach from the stories, like that the stories aren't going to do your inner work for you. So these are good stories around the campfire, but the main focus is doing your own inner work. And how you feel about God, that is the best God. So I wouldn't regurgitate anybody else's God and make that God become your God. And just because somebody got on a boat hundreds of years ago and brought their God to your geographical location doesn't mean it's the true God or you are the chosen people, like I think everybody is the chosen people, right? So when you start detaching yourself from this divide and conquer, my God is better than your God, and your God is false God, and my God is real God, like that, then you're doing yourself a disservice or other people, right? My God is inferior to your God, right? Your God is stupid and my God is the greatest. So find the God that you really resonate with and really cultivate that and enhance that, like in our school, I kind of make a point of, I don't want to tell anybody what God is. These are the deities that work for me, and these are the mantras I say, but if they don't work for you, just throw it in the trash, because we're trying to do stuff that you get results from and are effective for you. So don't let other people's God become your God. Channel your God and channel your ascended masters and your spirit guides, and those are the best spirit guides. And you could be surprised. I've been surprised many times. I pray to a bunch of Hindu gods, but I've had an audience of archangels. I didn't even know where they came from. Are you my spirit guides? Are you my ascended masters? Yes. Ooh, great. I got more to add to the family, right? I wasn't invoking these gods. I wasn't trying to have an audience with these gods. It came out of nowhere. Don't forget about us. We're here too. Okay. I accept all spiritual tradition gods, right? If you're my spirit guide or my ascended master, and you're waiting for me to channel you, let's do it right now. So I cultivate as many gods as possible, but I'm definitely not trying to make other people's dogma and their story become my dogma. I saw a bumper sticker one time that really made me laugh. It said, "My karma ran over your dogma." So that's the way I look at it. Like, my karma, if you have your dogma standing in front of my karma, goodbye. I want no part of your dogma, right? I run over your dogma. Your dogma doesn't serve me. I don't want your dogma to become my dogma. So yeah, I try to be aware of that, and I really try to make a conscious effort to not make other people's story become my story. You know, like, hello, sir. Do you have a few moments? Let me tell you about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Like, no thanks, you know.
No thanks.
You know, whatever my connection is to Jesus, that's my own personal connection. I don't want you influencing it in any kind of way or guiding it any kind of way. I want it to happen the way it happens, you know. So yeah, so but in the Kriya yoga tradition, we believe in Jesus, you know. You go to Lake Shrine to have a picture of Yeshua, Jesus. I've been to the Yeshua tree in Hyderabad, India. So yeah, but I don't want anybody's influence to influence my perception of Yeshua. I want a pure, direct connection, right? So no middlemen in my connection. Open the universe with Om, straight to Jesus, straight to Yeshua on the astral plane or heaven or whatever you want to call it. So don't let anybody else's dogma become your dogma. My karma ran over your dogma. So yeah, but they're out there. They're always trying to guide you. And if you're not aware of it, you're easy target for them to influence you with their dogma. Let me tell you a story about God. Anytime I hear that, I'm like, ooh, let me get out of here, right? Yeah. You know, because you know, I always say a God defined is a God confined. I don't want to put God in a box. I have no clue what God is doing, the source, the universe, the divine father, the divine mother, you know, they're beyond my comprehension. I got enough work. I got a big trash mountain of karma I'm trying to burn in this physical Maya delusional plane. So I'm not trying to create any more. So yeah, detach from dogma as much as possible, because that's why I like our school, the supreme science of Kriya yoga, right? Like, we test it, we observe it, we experience it, so we know it. I don't want you to blindly believe what I say. I want you to test it. I want you to feel it. And if you feel Kriya yoga, then let's get to work. But definitely don't take my word for it, or don't regurgitate my perception of God. Find your own personalized, individualized connection to God and cultivate that. And that would be my best advice. You feel like something inside you is quietly breaking down, like you've tried all the right things, meditation apps, self-help books, endless YouTube rabbit holes, but nothing matters. The emptiness just stays. The world keeps spinning faster. You are drained by the noise and pressure of it all. You are not broken. You are just disconnected from your soul. And that's exactly why I created the Kriya Yoga Masterclass and my proven soul coaching system. This isn't another feel-good video that fades by tomorrow. This is a living spiritual practice, a step-by-step system to heal yourself within. So if you're exhausted from searching, I invite you to take the first step. Go to kriyayogamasterclass.com.
So I will tell you a little funny story about what happened to me right after I saw you guys at our morning class. So
Okay.
And you wished me nice on my way to work, but nice was not what I got. No, just kidding. It was all good. It's all good. But anyway, I got to work first. So I had to go meet with my ex-wife the last detail about ending the old shop was the phone bill, the phone internet bill. And we had gotten into a little something because I paid for July, and she's thinking that I didn't pay for July, but I paid for July, and I talked to the guys, and then she said, "You're gonna pay this bill," and then like I said, I ain't paying for July, but I'm not paying for August because August is yours, you know. And so anyway, a little bit of bad air got said there, and she cursed me in Spanish, pendejo, and hung up on me.
Oh my God.
But so anyway, I had to, you know, I kind of texted her back and said, "Look, I'll meet you at the shop if you want to, blah blah blah." And then I also said something about this trailer because that's another hard spot because we had a travel trailer, and in the divorce, you know, everything gets split up, and that's my travel trailer. I bought that, you know. I mean, yeah, with the both of our monies, but I'm the one who uses it. I'm the one who has a truck. I'm the one who would, you know, enjoy it. And then she put it to where she got that, you know, and that's never set right with me. But and so now it's just sitting there on one of her properties, rotting, you know. And I'm like, I also mentioned, well, you know, if you want, I'll help you. Like we can just. I told her, you know, I didn't think that was kind of right, and I'll help you. We can both sell it together. I'll tow it into the shop, clean it up, you know, market it, and we can split the money. But you know, she didn't. She didn't like that. She just said, "Just sign the title. I'll do it myself," you know. And so I did, you know. But anyway, so first thing I got to the shop, the air conditioning was down, so I had to deal with that. And then I went to meet with her, and it went kind of. She was very rude, let's just say. You know, the only thing I want was that number, the phone number associated with that, because that's been like 25 years, that number, and I want my boss to get that number so that all those people can call me. But anyway, she was rude about it. But the customer service guy was on the line, and he said, "Oh, she mentioned something about we were in a divorce. That's why we're closing it." And he's like, "I'm sorry." But instead of saying thank you, she said something like, "Oh, no, it's good. I'm glad I'm divorced." And he's like, "He's not there, is he?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm right here." Yeah, she
Oh my
just
God.
looked at me like right in front of you, but whatever. You know, but anyway, it just didn't go that well. But anyway, I left that situation, and so all that stuff was in my mind, and I you know, some of my buttons got pushed, and I was wanting to write not really a nasty text to her, but it was like a self-defending text, and yeah, it probably would have been somewhat painful for her, right? So anyway, I wrote it up and I pushed like the send button. It got grayed out. It would not send for some reason. And later, after I calmed down, I was like, "Wow, I'm glad it didn't send." And I don't even know why it didn't send, but I later deleted it. And I actually after when it didn't send, I tried to call her. I'm like, maybe she blocked me or something, you know, because she's mad. But she didn't answer. But then later she called me back. But then I just said, I don't know what I was planning on saying, but I just said, "No, I'm sorry, it was a butt dial," and I didn't say anything, you know. So somehow the universe like de-escalated that situation, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it was weird. But I got everything handled and everything's good now. So that's the last I'll be dealing, you know, with her.
Yeah, like my guru always used to say, every day is a test for a yogi and a yogini. And your significant other or your children, they become master button pushers because they've been with you your whole life and they know what really gets under your skin. So like even in my case, you know, like tomorrow is Mother's Day in Thailand. So my partner, significant other, I don't even know what you call her. She wants to see my daughter and makes a big thing and sends me like a big what's up book, you know. It's like a bunch of pages, and I just hit okay, right? So they're always trying to drag you in the mud, right? And I'm like, that's between you and your daughter. I want no part of it, you know. Keep me out of it, right? but they're always trying to blame you or put you in a situation. Or yeah, I know that's how they hit you below the belt. Like, I don't want to be with you anyway. The best thing I ever did was get divorced from you and this and that. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. That was a blessing in disguise. I agree with you 100%. Right? Woo! I dodged the bullet on that one. Like, it's they think like they're God's gift to you, right? Like, the best thing that ever happened to you was me in your life. And I was like, I don't see it that way. I see it as the trash taking itself out. But you just can't get attached to it. You just have to kind of witness it, like, oh, here comes that comedy drama. I know when this person calls me, it's gonna be a nice super headache. So I'm gonna put up my shield, I'm gonna detach from it, and I'm gonna just watch the clouds passing and just be like, yeah, oh boy, here she comes again. I know what this is all about. In
I'm
my
just
case,
wondering because it's funny because the both of us have our daughters living with us. So I'm just wondering if your daughter gets along well with your wife or whatever or not. But I mean, the reason my daughter's living with me is because now they bump heads, and she prefers to be with me, so I don't know.
Yeah, I have the same situation. My daughter prefers to be with me also, but I understand that that's her mother too, and she carried her around for 9 months, and I don't want to block her from seeing her mother also, so I kind of stay out of the way. I was like, you work it out with your own daughter, but yeah, my daughter prefers to stay with me, which I enjoy also, but I don't want to get into that female drama, My daughter's a teenager. She's going to be 16 soon, and she's a Thai female, so cat fight. I don't want to be involved with that cat fight. I'm more the detached witness, I don't want to be dragged into that mud fight, so I try to stay out of it, no matter how much I try, she's still gonna blame me and say I'm trying to keep her daughter from her, but I don't try to get attached to it, like you work it out between you two, so yeah, it's a work in progress. It's never a great situation, but this is my karma I have to go through, and it's a good opportunity for me to become the detached witness and not get involved, right? No matter what words they say, bad words they say in Thai to hit you below the belt, or whatever bad words they say in Spanish to hit you below the belt, you can't get attached to it. You say, yeah, whatever, yeah, sure. You're going to tell me who I am? I'm a self-realized being. I know who I am. So anytime you try to tell me who I am, I don't attach to it, I let it pass, right? When you know who you are, no one can tell you who you're not. So anytime they say bad words or hit you below the belt, you just brush it off, and clouds passing in the sky, water under the bridge, yeah, sure, I'm not going to play this game with you. I'm not going to go down this road. The ultimate goal of Kriya Yoga is self-realization. That's why Yogananda's place is called Self-Realized Fellowship. And when you know thyself, no one can tell you who you're not. Like you're just like, yeah, I don't believe you. I look at it this way. When I used to be a DJ, people sometimes would say, I don't like you. You're a bad DJ. I know I'm not a bad DJ. I don't travel around the world and do all these things because I'm a bad DJ. So I look at it that way in Kriya Yoga too, right? When you become self-realized, you laugh at people trying to tell you, or let me tell you a story of who you are. I don't believe your story, and I don't want your projection of your story to become my story. I'm going to know thyself inside me as me. So anytime anybody says like you are this or you are that, I don't believe them because they have no clue of how I feel inside me as me. This is the benefit of becoming self-realized. You know thyself inside you as you. So anybody telling you who you are not, you don't believe them. It's a total comedy show. It's a joke to you. Like, yeah, you're going to tell me who I am inside me. I don't believe anything your words say, right? And I have my shield up, so all your projections have no meaning over here. They're a total comedy show. They're a joke on the Maya stage of delusion, right? That's why I like when Babaji says, death is a joke to me. I am the death of death, right? So if we're Kriya yogis, we laugh at death, then we definitely laugh at what other people think we should be, right? So, but they're out there, you know. Anytime my partner calls me, the first thing she says is, you still doing that stupid meditation? That don't
Yes.
work. You still have those stupid statues in your yard? Oh my God, you lost your mind. No, you've lost your mind. If life feels like too much, like you're barely holding it together, you are not alone. I was there too, until I found Kriya Yoga and made it my daily reset and my spiritual anchor. If you're seeking that kind of lifeline, start with the free school at freekriyayogamasterclass.com or book a free call at kriyayogamasterclass.com. If this video resonates with you, drop a comment, click like, and don't forget to subscribe for more Kriya Yoga daily videos. And click this video right here.